No, we've like had a couple of private jets, you know, we've been in Blue and that. No, we've got a few, and helicopters and boats and you name it. Any way to get there, we've pretty much done it. We're going up to Scotland and I'm doing my first ever road show by myself. I'm performing Army of Lovers, which is the single, and I'm doing a track called When I Think of Love, or When I Think of You. We ain't figured it out yet, but it's called When I Think of Love, Think of You.
Do you know how big the crowd is?
I think about 50,000 people. How many? Bros, how many today? So this is Bros, my tour manager. He's been my tour, one of, well, you and Buckland, isn't it?
Yeah, we started together the first sports tour we did was about 30 kids in Basingstoke. Wow. Remember that? And the sound bounced back and forth.
Yeah. I never used to take it that seriously. It was more fun and having a giggle, and it was just an amazing opportunity for a teenager to be in, and we had some amazing success, but I never really actually calculated the success, if you know what I mean. When I look back on it now, I'm like, yeah, we've done this, but I still don't see how big we were. But a lot of people will say, oh God, you were massive. And I was like, were we? Do you know what I mean? I still don't see it. But I suppose that's a good thing. I don't know, for me it's a good thing. I don't want to reflect on my success, I just want to go forward. You know, there's a lot of talented people out there, you know, there's Lamar, Daniel Benningfield, Will Young. There's a lot of people out there with amazing voices, and you know, I'm now in the bracket where I'm standing next to these people and being judged by the public or by the press, by the media. I'm come by myself now, and you know, I've got to step up to the mark.
He's really grown up a lot in the last few months, and he was a little sod at one point in Blue, but that, you know, when you're young, you are a little soft. But I think he's really matured now. I love the way he looks, and I really like the way he's acting. And you know, he's also writing film scripts. He's doing things like that. So he's a multifaceted, a talented boy. I went to New York to pursue a director's course because of my film that I wanted to do, and I wanted to get it in production. When I came back, I was very different. I think because I'd been out there by myself and I was doing something for myself, from being in Blue for like the 4 years that I've been, you know, you get taken about, you get told what to do, and it was very much down to me to get up in 5 o'clock in the morning, to go and do this work, to sit there and edit stuff by myself, to make sure that I had all my stuff in place without someone else saying, well, there it is.
Scottish National Stadium.
And I think that's what helped me. And I needed that, because I was like 16, 17 when I got in the group, so I was still much like a teenager. So I suppose going to New York and doing that was something I'd done for myself, which actually made me grow up a bit. I'm just not pushing it, I ain't been singing all
You don't have to on these songs anyway, they're quite laid back.
No, I'm having it, girl, what are you talking about?
Yeah, but they're not like what?
And when I came back, a lot of people said, like, you're totally different, you've changed, and I think that was my path set to where I am now, I think. I don't know, in Blue probably a lot of people saw me as the cheeky chappy. Yeah, probably just the cheeky one. The one who was always getting in trouble and having fun, which ain't a bad thing. But then, you know, you can't always be like that for the rest of your career. You know, I'm not putting up my slippers yet, but I think I'm just taking a new sort of look on my career to make sure I have a career. You know, I've done the drugs thing, I've done the drinking thing, and I didn't, luckily, I didn't go that far down with it where I couldn't come back. But that's the way my life has always been, so I don't see why it should change just because I get in this business. Being solo so far has been an amazing experience, and I've enjoyed it, and I've actually, you know, I've actually eased into it quite well. It's not been a big sort of something where I'm like, well, this is too much. I've actually just embraced it and gone with the flow rather than trying to puzzle it too much or think, oh, what am I doing here? Is this the right thing to do? I'm looking at you while you're sleeping here beside me. On the album, I've written 7 tracks, or co-written 7 tracks. I worked with Hugh Goldsmith. He gave me a few tracks which were just fantastic songs.
My job is to help Lee make the very best records possible, because, you know, Lee is a guy who will, one minute, you know, want to do a gospel tune, the next minute he'll want to do a rock tune, the next minute he'll want to do a soul tune or whatever. He can deliver in all those areas, and what I need to do is make sure that we're harnessing his creative energies and making a cohesive record that is right for the market at that particular time, each time we do it.
I'm here in Margate today because this is my first signing of my album. I suppose it's quite important for me as well, because I actually, this is where I was born. I was born in this part of the country. I had a total vision of the way I wanted my album to be, and I definitely think it's met that. It's got a collective mix of soul. You know, there's always different sorts of soul. There's not just like blue-eyed soul. There's like country western soul. There's a lot of it's guitar-based sort of soul. There's different aspects of the album that have different, like, you know, different feels and different meanings, and you know, it's definitely a collective mix of music, definitely. I was sort of known in Blue for the one having the higher voice, so I tried to really go the other way, and I think a lot of people would expect me to do all them and all that sort of stuff, and thinking that I would be doing all these vocal acrobatics, but you know, I tried not to, and just really tried to sing the song, and I think that comes across. I'm yours. Army of Lovers is doing really well. Today I just found out that in Italy it went straight in at #1 and knocked one of their biggest artists off at the top of the charts. I believe that just because of the fact that I've come out of Blue doesn't mean it give me any reason to have any success. I believe that it's all down to hard work, and you know, me releasing the right songs and the right singles and the right albums, and that should be the key element of my career. But you know, going straight in at #1 is amazing. You know, it went in at #3 in the English charts, and I was really, really happy. A lot of people coming up to me saying, "Oh, really sorry you didn't get a #1." I was like, "What? I got #3." I think it's great because it gives me somewhere to go.